Alright, hi everybody. It's Bonkai922. Now, Afterthoughts. Hunter 2011. 117. Now, last week's review, wow. I don't say wow that often. Got a lot of views on that. I just wanted let me check it right now before we continue with this review, because when I did it, over 400 views. So yeah, the last week's review was pretty dope. Aside, that was a pretty dope episode. This one wasn't a letdown from last week's hype, but just not a lot of stuff. Most that happened in this episode was circled around Yopi, but the feels were still in the vicinity. Yes. Just because you say to yourself, oh, it's not about Gon, so it can't be that crazy. Feels were there, man. Yo. Possibly, I'll say it right now. Got a feel for Shoots and Knuckles, man. Knuckles. Oh, they were there. The feels were there, man. It was very, very climactic, this episode. Even though it wasn't as climactic as last week. But I will say this week, the beginning was for this week. Because what Gon was saying to Killua, I'm like, oh, shit. I don't want to say that Gon burned Killua, but the things he was saying to him, like, oh, you can't understand what I'm feeling right now, because it doesn't really concern you that much. I was like, wow. It's like, Gon was in that zone from last week. So, it was kind of crazy. And the beginning part of that episode, we have Chameleon Man, show up, and he shows up essentially to help them, you know, and he puts his hand on Killua's shoulder, or to offer him support, and that's where the episode starts. Now, like I said, majority of the episode wasn't really on Killua. Well, it was partially on Killua. Because what happens is Killua goes with Milion. As right now, you just have Gon just staring at you like this to Pizza. That was there. And essentially, Milion brings Killua away because he's telling him about Shoots and Knuckles. And apparently, the fact that Shoots and Knuckles are in a bad way with Yopi. Now, but I will say this. The real one thing I wanted to say about this episode is the feels with Shoots and Knuckles. Because Knuckles was going to take Shoots away from there. Take him away from that situation, bring him somewhere safe, get away from Yopi. But that's when we see him holding Shoots. Knuckles is holding Shoots around his arm, around him. And you just hear Shoots saying, damn it, damn it, damn it. And I'm like, and the narrator's talking, is basically explaining what was the mistake that Knuckles made. It was a matter of honor that he just takes him away because he felt You know, he in other words, the way Yopi was looking at Shoots was like, you're nothing. Look, to suggest to Shoots, you're not worth the time. And I'm like, Shoots is crying, and I was like, oh. I was a little emotional. That part, that was deep. That was deep. So this isn't going to get a 5 out of 5, but it definitely deserves a 4 out of 5 because this was just as deep as last week. Not as deep as last week with the whole Gong thing, but this was just as. We also have a scene with Moral against Poof. Not much going on there. It's just him thinking about fighting Poof, and Poof sees all his emotions and shit. That's pretty much what happens there. But the real kicker is with Yopi. Yopi goes crazy. And this was actually weird. I looked at him and I was like, it was like a what the fuck moment. Because he turns into this yellow, I don't know what it was. It was weird. It was like he wasn't in his original form. He turned into this yellow stuff, and he had like an antenna on his head. And they were running away from that. And it's funny, Shoots is saying, did you hit him? Did you hit him for me? And he says, I will. We just have to get out of here for the time being, get some distance. And he just explodes. And I'm like, okay. Very odd how that went about. But essentially what ends on happening is Knuckles figures out that whole situation. He figures out what kind of what Yopi's ability is and how he can able to defeat him. And you know, that's basically what ends on happening there. But the feels, man, of Shoots and Knuckles. Ah, man, Knuckles, man. Knuckles! I love that guy. I love Knuckles. He's awesome. Shoots, too, you know? Awesome characters. And we also get a scene, I almost forgot. Killua's grandfather and his father. Yo, they just stumped Cheetah. They just stomped him. Happened during the episode where Zeno, I believe his name is, or Vino, get his name mixed up. He's walking away, and Cheetah wants to fight him because he can't fight Moral, and he's like, they gotta do technique and stuff, and so on and so forth, and. The last day, but before he fights, he's like, he doesn't really want to fight him. He's like, I did my mission, I'm leaving, get the hell away from me, basically. That's what he's saying. And he's like, look behind you. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to fall for that one. And out of nowhere, Killua's father just bang right on top of him. And just smashed with his fist, just right on Cheetah's head. I was like, yo, that was awesome. And they were also talking during that time. I was saying how he was basically asking him how was Killua, and he's like, oh, he got rid of the needle, his brother's needle they put him, and everything, and he was mature. And that's all he tells them, and they are on their way, basically leave. But this episode was good, but not as great as last week. Last week was on a whole new, different level. Now, haven't decided how I'm going to do this, but when certain things happen later on, which will probably be the major fights, when those fights go down, there might be a live reaction. There might be. There might be. Now, what I'm going to probably do is I'll probably do it along the lines where headphones in kind of thing. You know, kind of thing. And I'll, you know, let people see my reaction from this camera, not the other way I was doing it. But yeah, when those things happen. But for this episode, Shoots, Knuckles, that was like man tears were shed. The feels were present there. I mean, you gotta feel for Shoots, man. Gotta feel for this guy. Like, fucking Yopi. Yo, I hope Knuckles beats the living shit out of him. Cause, that's fucked up, man. You're treating Shoots that way, man? No. No, Yopi. You deformed insect. How about I look you like a fly, like a bug, like a cockroach? Yeah. But yeah. So that's pretty much the story, people. Bankai 922. Shoots and Knuckles. Awesome. And of course, Killua's grandfather and father, they just cheat stuff. A cheetah. Right on him, he just picks up his fist and you see the blood oozing out. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. That was like, enough of him. Get the fuck out. Next week, though, it seems that basically the episode, it's going to be focused on Yopi again. We're going to get some more things going on with Moral. And, Ocalgo. His journey to find, Palm, I think. So, I think it's going to be a while still. I don't know how long. Until we get these other fights going on with, Oh, we also saw the King and Taro. Yeah, the Taro gets very. You got going. Listen. From last week, I can tell you right now. If I do a live, I still think Gold is like, I just can't. I can't fathom Gold's anger. It is just megatons. It's like the same value of a hydrogen bomb or some shit like that. It's like unbelievable. I'm Bankai 922. See you guys later. Later today, I'll try to do a few videos. Yeah. Bleach probably came out already, and so did One Piece. I'll get to those when I can. From what I hear, the One Piece chapter kind of fucked up. If what I'm thinking from the spoiler. But yeah, that's just me. I'm Bankai 922. I'll see you guys later. Peace.